Alright, you're with Al, and this is Chronicles of a Not Yet Champion Golfer. What a day this is. What a week, it's been absolutely roasting. Anyway, I'm at CALDY Golf Club today. Another course on the Wirral. There's so many golf courses on the Wirral, by the way. Gonna play 11 holes. I've had a few thoughts on my golf and with caddying and everything I've been doing. I feel like I've learned quite a lot about myself and about the game in general. So I wanna kind of talk through what I've learned really and what I'm kind of thinking moving forwards. I'm trying to take what I've learned into my own game. That was a good 2-iron off the first there. That's gone a long way. 69 to the pin. Hit it a bit far, to be honest, off that tee. It's run through. I mean, it was 295 to this rough, so we've hit it 285 with 2-iron. It's just downwind, downhill, rock hard. 69 to the pin, but we've got a bit close because that trap is 55 to cover, but there's a downslope past it. And that pin's only about 4 yards on. So realistically, to get it close, 69 yards within this firm, I'd like to land it at 60 yards. But I can't do that, it's going to hit the downslope, so I've got to pitch it at 65. So 65 is where I want to pitch it. Straight downwind. It's got to be a 60 shot. I mean, quite strong downwind. I could play 55, but I can't risk it getting knocked down and going in that trap. I've just got to accept that this, you know, a good shot here is 15 foot past that pin. So landing at 65, 60 yard shot. As good as I can do that. Very nice, that actually. That's one part of the game that I really want to get sharp at, and I feel like my pitching's improved a lot over the past probably year or so. Like, really has improved, but I want it to become like really top level, and there's no reason why not. You know, it's not down to power or anything like that. It's a bit of finesse and being able to create the ball flights, and that's where I'm a bit, I spoke about it before, a little bit one-dimensional with my pitching, and ball flight's a little bit kind of soft, floaty. I want to just add a little bit of extra ball flight control into it. Go. Better pace, that would have had a chance, that. Never argue, hit me in the face. Never argue with the par at the first. 171 par 3. Rule number 1, always use a snap tee. Down out the right, 171, just on the top of a little ridge that we can't pitch it there anyway, we've got to try and bounce it off. Pretty much straight down, 171. We want to be pitching it rock hard, that first green, 171. We want to be pitching it about 165 maximum, ideally 163. Enough wind to play a 155 shot? I do, yeah. Okay, I'm playing a 155 shot with an 8-iron though. So full whack, I could get 9-iron 155. But I think that's not going to get the little hop up that bank. So playing a 155 yard shot with an 8-iron. I've not quite got the draw on. It's weak right. Bit weak, trying to hit a little flighted one. Just not that good. Yet. So it's been, well, I've had a really busy few weeks with caddying for the Biff. We've been Irish Open, Scottish Open, then the Open since I was last on. We'll talk about that together. Me and the Biff will talk about the Open, which by the way was phenomenal. What an experience that was. Like, so lucky to be in that position, to be able to be involved. Amazing, absolutely amazing. I got like basically the Open threw up on me, like bought a cap, t-shirt, got so many tees, pitch markers, the course planner cover, fridge magnet, main one. Actually, I asked Fee who is Paul's manager, she said that she's going to the shop because you could only go, as players or caddies, you could go from like 6 AM to 6:45, so she was going to pick up the stuff. So can you get me a head cover? She said, yeah, I'll get you a head cover. So she come back with a fridge magnet. So they didn't have any head covers, so got you a fridge magnet. Not quite the same, but I was happy with it. Like, so near the supermarket and you ask for grapes, and so we didn't have any grapes, but we brought you this dishcloth instead as a substitute. Is that all right? It's not as firm as I thought. That's actually stopped within 3 yards of where it's landed, so I mean, if I'd played a practice round, that's what I would have taken note of, how much it's bouncing, so that's good to know for future holes, that. Get up that slope. That's a lovely pace, that. It's funny when you play on your own all the time, you have to like congratulate yourself because no one else is there, just to make yourself feel good. All about celebrating the wins, isn't it? Easy little 2-putt from about 110 foot. One of the big things that I've learned from watching pretty much all the players, really without exception, you know, there's players that hit it better than others, but one thing that every single player knows is they know what works for them. So whether it's a certain shape, a certain ball flight, and that's an area where I think if you ask me the question, you know, what is my game, what is my kind of identity as a player, I probably wouldn't know. You know, I would say I'm a good driver of the ball, but if you ask me what shape I hit, I don't know. I mean, this sounds really amateurish, I don't mean it that way. Sometimes I can hit a little draw, sometimes it's a little fade, but I struggle to do it to call, you know, I can hit a little fade, but I'm not saying my control's always there, or a little draw. It's, again, control's not always where it needs to be, so they're the little things I think that I want to sort of get into my own game and become boss of my own game, really. I'll talk more. I'm going to hit my tee shot here. I'll talk more about it in a sec. Good old this, right? So it goes that direction, then round to the right, but you can drive it over there. Got a short shot into the green. That's the aggressive play. I'm an aggressive person, so I'm going to play the aggressive shot, but with commitment. Course up the right there. 272 to carry. Here's the other side, 341. Bunker there, 318. Okay, I know I can carry that gorse at 270. I'm not running into that trap at 340. So my target is the pine tree that's bang in between the two. I know that's giving me a bit of room either side. Wind. Things like that one. Out the left. It's actually perfect. Hold it. Commit to it, Al. Sit. 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 Gone in that gorse. Al. Not a bad example that of exactly what I was talking about sort of bossing your own game. Knew where I wanted to hit that. The process was good. You know, picked my target. I went through, you know, picking what the wind was, seeing my target. Didn't commit to it though. Made sure it didn't go right, which isn't such a bad thing, but I'd allowed space for that if it did drift a little right. And I've been driving the ball good. So there's no reason to get negative on it. But a little bit about not quite being sure, not being quite convinced in my own game, meant that I sort of just turned it over to stop it going right, and as it happened, I might now be in a bit of a gorse bush. Like I said, on tour they've all got one shot, they've all got a shot that they know they can go to. Like Paul's is like a little draw, so with his iron play, you know what way it's moving all the time. I'm not saying it always goes at the target, because it doesn't, because golf's hard, isn't it? But he'll know the flight and he'll trust that, and he'll play to that all the time, because he knows that's going to be more often than not, he's going to have more success with that shot. And that's just something that I need to develop, that bit of ball control where I can almost guarantee what way it's going to be going. And that comes down to a little bit of technique work, and it comes down to being able to have a little bit of time to work on that, which is kind of where I see my game going really for the rest of the season. A little bit of technique work. Bit of grind. I don't like calling it a grind because it's not, is it? I'm lucky to be able to work at it, so it's not a grind, it's like good work. I've got a chance to do some good, solid work on my game. I'm really looking forward to it. Not ideal, that. Not ideal when you've got shorts on that. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have gone in there. There's spiders, webs and everything in there. Don't mind a spider, but don't really want to disturb their home. Don't want to take a leg off in this course either. 87 yards. That is spiky, that. That is actually spiky, that. I've got no pants with me, obviously. That's really not pleasant, that. Oh, that is not pleasant, that. I'll have to psych myself up for this. Just take it, just take it. It's not going to harm you. 87 yards. Let's still think the process here. 87. We want to land it front edge. I think we only want to land it sort of 10 short, coming out of the rough. I think we want to land it 75. Down breeze. Yep, 70 shot. Don't worry about the gorse, it's not painful. It's not painful, it's not painful. It's not painful. It's quite painful. Oh my God. Okay. $70-yard shot, so you're only focus. That's excellent. That is excellent with a thorn up my arse. I committed to that shot more and I had thorns sticking in me than I did on the tee shot. And actually, when you get up here, I think I could have got pretty close to the green today off the tee, because that hedge I was saying it's 270. That's there. I'm clearing that downwind all day. You know, it's only going fairway here and running across. There's no danger. Just pulling it left into a gorse bush gives me quite a bit of danger, really. It's a nice little recovery shot though, that. Number was spot on. There it is. That's what I've got to get into. That process of knowing what the full yardage is, knowing how far you want to actually land it, knowing how far that landing shot is playing, picking the flight for that, and then club selection and play. Go. Bang. That's a little working bee, that. Come on, mate, because you need to get on some longer grass and get some pollen. I've read it, that's what you need to do. Get on the putter, just go on the putter. There you go. There you go. There you go. We'll get you reunited with your family. See him there? Little working bee, that. On me putter. Come on. Straight into it then on that yellow stuff. Process. See what way it's breaking. Match your start line up with that to hit the end line. Feel the pace and do it. Go. Oh, and that's a 3. And that's a 3 from the thorns. Bosh. Doesn't matter how, does it? Doesn't matter how, it's how many thorns you get in your arse and still make birdie. That's what it's all about. This is so nice. Look at this. If you follow me on Instagram, me and Nikki come and walk with the dog on here quite a bit on the beach, a bit further down. It's only a bit drier, but look at that. Beautiful, that, isn't it? Amazing. Just taking time to appreciate how good it is to actually be able to play golf like this, because more often than not it's absolutely pissing down. The hole's only 340, but there's a trap up the left at 250 and another one a little bit further up at like 270, and then there's gorse, there's a trap up the right. Downwind I'd take driver and take it on. Into wind today, no chance of me getting there, so I'm just bringing more trouble into play, hitting driver. You know, and look, if the risk is worth it with driver, I'm always taking it on, but it's just, there's nothing to gain really today. So 2 iron, just up that middle stripe. Straight bounce, yep. That'll do. So I mentioned like process before and committing to the shot. That takes as much practice as it does making a certain move in a golf swing. And that's the good thing with the caddying. I'm kind of going through the process on every single shot without obviously hitting the golf shot. That's up to Paul, but every shot we stand there and we're like, okay, what's our finish line and how are we going to get it there? So off the tee, we pick the finish line. He sees the ball flight, naturally he knows what his driver's doing. There's a rabbit there, just hopping through the grass towards the sea. See him? There, popping his head up. Hello. Can they swim, rabbits? Don't know if they can swim. So yeah, he'll see his start line, know what the wind's doing, see the shot and plays it. But in terms of the approach shots, it's getting a number. So I'll get the full yardage, get the playing yardage, whether it's up or downhill. Then we'll get a yardage where we want to land it, and then we'll get the yardage relative to what wind it is, like I've just done on those shots. But that takes practice, so that becomes automatic. So in my golf shots now, that's how I want to play. When it's different when you're playing than when you're caddying, because you can get like emotionally involved and you can make decisions and you think, just wasn't thinking clearly, and that's where that takes as much practice as anything else. And that's something that I'm going to work really hard at, and something that I'm practicing all the time when I'm caddying. So I really feel like that's going to help out my game and help me to enjoy my own tournaments more, really, which is something that I have struggled with. Just gone into a little bit of semi here. Literally, that's the cut of the fairway. I'm there, so quite nice actually. Take a little bit of spin off. I think it's a flyer lie. 110 is the full number. Don't know how close to the back that is. You don't want to go long. Okay, let's say 106 is our full number. We want to play just short of that pin. So 106, we want to land it. It's not taking a bounce with a wedge, really. A couple of yards, land it at 104. Into breeze. Not spinning that much out the rough. I think it's a 110 shot. Normally, into breeze, I'd have to try and flight it down a little bit, maybe play a 110 shot with a 50, but just coming out of that rough, I think it's going to take a bit of the spin off, so just a 110 shot with a 54, I think should give us the result. Sit, sit, that could be really good. I think it's long. I thinned it. Damn. Right down it, but I thinned it. Just sat up in the rough. Just a little bit afraid of getting it high in the face. And did the complete opposite and got low in the face. No, well, my process was good, so accept it now. Bosh. So it's 12 yards. It looks like a 50-50 shot to me with my 54. I know that land carries 50% and run out 50%. But 6 yards is the edge of the fringe, and I don't want to just leave it short, hits the fringe and doesn't get there, so I'm going to fly it a little bit further with my 58. Read it. That's not the process. I did not read it. Ooh. Looped in. That's amazing. Just been banging on about process the whole time, and then the chip shot, I didn't read the putt. It wasn't a putt, it was a chip. Didn't read the chip. Standing over the chip, you're trying to hold it. That sort of chip, you're trying to hold it. And if it's a putt, I'd have read it, the line. Didn't read the line, thought about purely distance. And then it just went off to the right. It's a par though. I don't want to draw attention. I do, actually, 'cause it's really nice out there. I love going down there, but I don't want to go down there now. So I've teed up left side of the tee, just because the wind's out the right, and I feel I can start this up that right side and just move it back. Teeing up left side just opens that side of the hole up to me. Just helps me see the shot a little bit better. Everyone's different with that, but it's just kind of a visual, I think, that helps. It's quite important actually where you put the the ball on the tee in relation to the hole. Par 5, a little bit right to left. Let's get it starting on the edge of that green tree there. Exactly as I've just seen it, that. Exactly as I saw it. You know what I'm most happy about there is the way I went through that. Even if I stood there committed to it and it's a rat hook into the beach, I wouldn't be over the moon with it, but even if I did, at least I've gone through my process and everything up to the shot has been good. Like Paul said before, sometimes on a golf course, you're gonna hit bad shots. Like, that's fact. Just gotta be a little bit lucky on where they come. As long as you commit to every shot and you don't hit bad shots because you've got a bit of the fear or you're a little bit negative, ball, now pinnacle. Or you're a little bit fearful. You know, as long as you commit to the shot, that's all you can do. And more often than not, you'll actually hit a good one because you give yourself the best chance to. Right, I'll stop talking after this hole because I feel like I'm getting out of breath talking so much. But mentioned tournament play before, my own tournament play. I hadn't been enjoying tournament play, and if I'm honest, probably haven't enjoyed tournament play for a couple of years now, a couple of seasons. Just because of the fear of not doing it and not playing well. Having the caddying has really helped me out to have kind of something else with my golf that I can be competitive with, but not get the fear, if you know what I mean. I know that sounds really negative, but it has, and it gives me a little bit of hunger to play. It gives me a lot of hunger to play. A bit of kind of renewed energy for it. I am sorry about the darkness. It's just because these holes are all into the sun. 235 pin. 211 to that trap on the left. That's where I need a 3-iron really. 235, only need to pitch it sort of 210. So 2-iron, I don't want to take a bit off. But how I take it off a 2-iron is hit a little cut. And I don't want to hit a little cut because it means I'm starting it left. If it doesn't cut, then it's hitting someone sunbathing on the beach. So I'm going to hit 4-iron. I'm going to start it at the right trap and get quite a bit of movement on it because that's going to flatten out the ball flight and get it moving in towards the pin the way I want it to do, and it's going to run out then as well. So it should land about 210 with this strong ball flight. I know it's into wind, but move, 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 move. Might be in that green side trap up the right. See how I took the left side out of play doing that shot though? Kind of what I wanted, so that's not bad. Oh wow, it got all the way back there. Got all the way back there. Well, that's a nice backdrop to me chip, isn't it? Gonna crown a 58, so by crown it I mean just put hands forward and get a little bit down into the back of that ball and just kind of bump it forward. Get it running out. Sit down, that is a massive bounce. Sit, sit. Really shot that. Wasn't the firmest putt. Don't be negative about it, that's a birdie. It's a well thought out, committed birdie. 2 traps up there, 286 to the far one, 267 to the first one. Can't carry them into wind, so 3 wood. Up the left side of them, knowing that 267, it's not going to reach the trap because if it's going towards the trap, I've pushed it into the wind and it's not going to get there anyway, so I know I can commit to a 3 wood. I hope it's not caught that trap. I hit 3 wood there because there's a trap at 287 and one at 265, and I knew I couldn't carry the 287 with driver into wind, and 3 wood, if it was going towards that trap, it's not reaching it because that means I pushed it a little bit right and it'd be safe, so just meant I could commit to a 3 wood properly, which I did. 136 pin, level, 136 playing, 129 front, so I've got to cover at least 130. Well, I need to cover 135 to be safe really, and just play it a little bit past it. 135. The tenor wind there. 145 shot. I think it's a 145 shot with 8 iron, or a 150 shot with 9. Just going to climb a little bit more with 9. So I just feel like playing the full shot at the moment, where my game's at, is the better option. So full 9 iron. Hang on. Hate that shot. Hate that shot. Pulled it. Just turned it over. Active with the hands. Fancied that as well then. Don't get negative now. Tell you what, I have found recently, since COVID measures have changed on the golf course and you can take the flag out, the putts from 2.5, 3 feet, I much prefer the flag being out. These have still got the foam in, so I don't know if they're allowing you to take flags out yet. What's everyone think about that? Are you going to leave the flag in or have it out, or definitely taking it out whenever I can? Don't mind up in the long ones, short ones. I just feel like the flagging makes the hole look a bit smaller. No! No! "73 yards, landing it at 70, completely level, down breeze, 65 shot. Go a bit. Sit down, sit down, sit. Sit, sit. 157's full number. I think it's downhill about 3, so 154. Land it at 150. Bunker short's 142, so not really in play. Land it at 150. Down breeze. I think it's like a 142-ish wedge, so not full wedge, but it is a full wedge. What I'm talking about, it is full wedge. It's a 140 wedge. It would have been a full wedge if it hit it properly. It's just really tough to strike this off this sort of side lie. I think just play it with the slope, almost feel like it's a little draw, and play out almost a bit of a duff and run really with it. Go, go. It's hard, it's hard. They're the sort of shots you practice as a kid. Play them all day. As you get older, you kind of lose that bit of variation to your short game practice. No reason not to practice that shot. Can't remember the last time I practiced that shot. No! Stop shouting. What are you shouting at? Making dogs bark. Making dogs bark, stop it. Sorry. 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 I mean, making dog. Made the dog bark now. Teach me not to shout at myself. Bogey. 1 under through 8. Sorry, mate, I know. I think when it's this firm, it's important to get the ball kind of going with the fairway. I think once you're hitting across it, it's easy to bounce through. It's hard to hit it, so just going to try and hit a little fade round the corner and just get it running down the fairway. A bit like that, really. I think that's good. 90. out the semi, it's not going to have as much spin on, so we want to land at 80. Down breeze. Not much breeze up there now. 75 shot. Sit. Sit. Stop. Got to speak to it aggressively, like sit. Sit. Still doesn't listen. Move. Oh. Can smell the sea, it's so nice. So nice, that smell. Bit right, bit right. Oh, it's a little short. Hit that good though. Hit that nice, just a little bit spinny. Another example of where I really want to be able to control that trajectory. So that one, like me and Paul hit very similar distances with irons as in stock numbers, but he would have just flattened the flight out on that a little bit and not let it climb in the wind and it'd have got there. Whereas that's where I don't feel like I've quite got that level of control. Well, I haven't got that level of control because I'm not on tour, am I? So I definitely haven't got that level of control, but I want that level of control. That's where we'll get that level of control. Level of control. It's a new favourite term, that. Go! Lad it. 1 under through 10. 1 to go. No, 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 not that much. It's not hit anything, it's just a bit right. Not with it with driver tonight. Par 5s is, I mean, it's no more important than any other tee shot, but just feel like you can get it away, you can get there in 2, but up the right side there might be a little bit of tree difficulty. Here's an observation, and by no means an excuse. Also, here's a crow eating a banana skin. See? He's eating a banana skin. You enjoying that? Take it, it's fine. They'll be back. So I played at Hillside the other day. I hit 12 out of 14 fairways, was really strong with driver. In fact, the ones I missed, one was with an iron, and one bad drive on 11. But I did yoga in the morning and I felt really loose and free. And today, I haven't done yoga and I feel quite tight. Can't really get through the ball that well. Just an observation, not an excuse, but might be something in that. Into the trees we go. It's not that bad actually. It's there. Got a bit of tree trouble, but it's not as bad as it could have been. That's not great. That's not bad. 2-2-2. I have a feeling that's a back pin, all the 2s. A low hook with a 4 iron. Starting at that flag post, moving it round to the left. If it runs out, we might get it there. Come on, bit more. Bit more, that's not enough hook. Not enough hook. Right height, not enough hook. Just noticed there's bunkers up here. I don't know where my ball is yet, so I'm not going to jump to conclusions, but it might leave me like a 50-yard pitch with OB just behind the pin, out of a bunker. So it's not in there. It's nowhere near a 50-yard pitch, by the way. It's like a 25-yard bunker shot. It's not in there. Oh, it's in this one. It's in this one. I feel like I've got a... Oh, what is that car? Ooh. I feel like we've got to fly this onto the top of that slope. That is a delicious bunker shot to finish with. You can still hear that car purring in the background as well. Good, because I could still hear that car, and I was thinking about it a lot. Lovely little birdie to finish, and made up with that bunker shot because it wasn't that nice actually. Got to fly it all the way onto the top of the slope, so I'm very proud of myself. Didn't waste any time. Don't know if you noticed. Picked the shot, just played it. Didn't allow myself time to think. Don't sin it into that person's garden. Cat to finish, bit of cat action. Yeah, cat. That's not going to be its name. Catson. Hello, like a tiger. Hello, Catson. Hello, what are you eating? Bit of grass. Hello. No, don't run out, there's a car coming. Hold on. Oh, wow. Sorry, you carry on. You carry on eating your grass, sorry. Anyway, 2 under, 11 holes. Lovely evening. Liked being out there. I enjoy golf. All about the process. Thanks for watching. See you next Tuesday.